Hey y'all, my name's Brittany.
And my name's Miranda.
And we're with Road Atlanta, and you're watching Hot Rod Madness.
Welcome to Hot Rod Madness, where we believe that every car has a story. Whether your car is a ground-pounding, tire-smoking street machine or a trophy-winning classic with blinding chrome and paint, Hot Rod Madness wants to hear your story. Who knows? Maybe your story will inspire future generations to dream, build, and own their own classic rides. Here to bring you those stories is the host of Hot Rod Madness, Tim the Milkman, along with the Hot Rod Madness crew.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
All right, man. Welcome to Caffeine and Octane Hot Rod Madness style, buddy. Can't walk by a rat rod type vehicle without asking any questions, man. You know, that's just my thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, what a ride, man.
I appreciate that.
Really cool fabrication going on here,
Right,
dude.
right.
How big's that motor?
You know what? That one there is just a 460 early model. They were like 385 horse. You know, of course, we freshened it up a little bit and done a little bit of work to it.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's my test motor. We get all the bugs worked out, and we got a 598 going to go in it from Kazi. They're working on that right now, and we'll see what she's going to do once we get all the bugs worked out of her.
All right. Man, you know, we'd love to see what that thing will do, too.
Yeah, well, I'm anxious to see myself. I've had a lot of hot rods and drag cars and stuff, and
yes, sir, I know
it's
you
kind
have.
of my thing is I like one that I can snatch and jerk it around and try my best to tear it up.
Yes, sir. Wow. I guess you're going to find out how good this one is, right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking.
This one hits the road real well, drives good. Of course, I drove it here. You have to get up early to get here. If you don't get up by 5 and get on over here, you ain't going to find a spot.
Yeah, I noticed that.
This is probably the best show that you can come to. It don't matter if it's exotic cars, tuner cars, car clubs. It don't matter, whatever. This is the show.
Yeah,
right
you can
here.
find it here at Caffeine and Octane.
Exactly right.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
if any kind of car you can dream of, it's probably here in one shape or form or fashion.
Speaking of types of cars, man, where'd that grill come from?
Good friend of mine, Jeb Greenstone of Cutworm Specialties. He does a lot of fabrication work, and him and I sat down and kind of put our heads together, and that's what he fabricated. That he fabricated the grill shell. He made the headers, and a lot of the interior work on it. He's done. He's probably up and coming. He's going to be one of your better fabricators in the country as far as being able to make anything you can dream of.
I'm familiar with his work. We caught up to him at the Moonshine Cruise-In a couple of years ago in Hiawassee, and when I looked inside your vehicle, I'm going, man, that's cutworm stuff.
Yeah, you knew his work, didn't you?
This guy knows cutworm.
Yeah, you know his work, and of course he's
making a name for himself.
Yeah, he is definitely making a name for himself.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, and you know, we was not on a time frame when he done this, and of course it turned out exactly as I hoped it would.
Oh yeah, man. When you're looking at the exhaust on it,
Yeah.
Step over here, man. Let's look at this thing.
Okay, yeah, that's
Look, the exhaust on this thing. You got some tornado-looking headers
Yeah,
going
we kinda-
in the body and back out the body behind the door.
Just got stupid on that right there. I don't know.
Well-
Jeb said, let's just make it all curvy and swervy, and I
Yeah,
said, hey, I'm good with that. And then he come up with the idea of running it through the cab, which I've never seen anybody do that, and run it out the back of the cab there. And everybody says, oh, it gets hot, but we've heat wrapped it, and then we got heat blanket over it, and it's not that bad. A rat rod's hot no matter what anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
It ain't quite got insulation
Open
in it.
engine, open wheel, there
Yeah,
you go.
There you go.
You don't want to watch you pull in and then walk next to it and rub your leg up against it.
Yeah, that's the
Now,
bad thing about it. If I go somewhere, I try to stand
Yeah.
around it till it cools off.
Right,
You know, kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll wind up burning themselves with
Yeah, I
it.
got you. Man, I'm digging it, boy. The whole
I appreciate
the
that.
overall vehicle is just really cool.
Got a guy, Ronnie Edwards. He's called the Sign Man. He done the lettering on it for me, and Back in the day, he used to letter a lot of the cars at Dixie Speedway and stuff like that. And he's really good at patina work. Matter of fact, I've had to touch up some places on it, and he's even come over to the house and been able to kind of blend it in, and you can't tell it.
Okay. The Mountain Magic Speed Shop. How about that?
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's take a peek at the interior, man. Wow, there's a lot going on in here, dude. A lot of sheet metal work.
A lot of Jeb stuff in there. That's for sure. He designed the steering column in it. If you notice, it's got a tilt wheel in it. It's on a slide, and you can roll it up and down. That arm at the top pivots.
Gotcha.
And of course, if I know you probably didn't notice, but the steering box is up inside the cowl on this, and there's nothing but the shaft coming out. So it kind of hit everything in it.
Wow. Love it,
Some
man.
of his work.
The talent, man, that goes into this stuff.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
That's why I've always liked rat rods. Rat rods are kind of to each his own. It don't matter if you can think of it. There's no box on these things.
Dream it up and just put it on there.
Exactly, not a box. You do any way you want to do it.
And people like Cutworm is just taking it over the top, man. Doing the imagination that goes into
Jeb, he's to be not doing it many years and just getting into it. He's got all kinds of good creative ideas.
Yes, sir. Well, all right, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Showing it on Hot Rod Madness today, sir. Catherine, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm just fine. I'm here at Caffeine and Octane. And I want to welcome you to Hot Rod Madness. This is the driver of the Delta Wing. Wow, what a ride. This is a unique ride. I'm looking at this thing from a distance going, I ain't sure what type of racing it is because of how narrow the front end is. Will that thing hang a curve? What is it made for?
Yeah, we actually race in the IMSA series, so it's a prototype sports car. We race against all the other prototypes. And yes, you can hit curbs, mostly with the rear of the car. You probably wouldn't want to hit it with the front, otherwise you'd be all over it in the rear.
Oh man, you got to know what you're doing to drive this thing. How many races have you done in this car?
So this was the first version of the Delta Wing. This debuted in, I think, 2012, 2013.
All right.
And I was there from pretty much the beginning, from the April that year in this version, and then a year and a half later we switched to a coupe.
Wow.
So it's been 4 years now, and this is the last year of the Delta Wing in the IMSA series, and Dr. Panos is going to be making road cars out of it, so it's going to be pretty cool.
And what a unique driver we have here too, viewers. What enticed you to do some racing? I mean, a young lady said, don't you want to go to college and do a clothing line or something, or does that come later?
I think that's, no. I started racing when I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
9 years old.
The lady has a need for speed, just like us guys, man.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Being skinny and lightweight, I bet you don't weigh nothing in that car.
It has its advantages.
Yeah, I bet it does. That's probably why other people choose young ladies. I hear the reaction time in drag racing, the young ladies are better at that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I ain't saying nothing against guys. However,
I think that it's the only sport we can compete equally because it's not about outright strength.
Yeah.
You know, I raced IndyCar for a few years as well, and I was in the gym every day, but it's repetitive strength, not outright strength. So there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't. And like you say, there's the weight advantage when you've got driver change. It's the regulation stipulates the car weight, not the driver weight. So the lighter you are, the better. Okay. So they don't feed me on race weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cockpit going, man, that's all business in there, and that's a tiny little cockpit in there. You got to be skinny to get in there.
In and out, and do driver changes within 20 seconds.
Right. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I bet it's a blast too. I bet it's fun to drive.
It's awesome to drive.
And the way the car is shaped, I bet you gotta really get some seat time in it to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you do. And this version was all chrome, so it was actually quite difficult for the other cars to see as we were coming up behind them in the mirrors.
That's one more question I had. Are you purposely blinding the other drivers with the chrome car?
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey man, whatever advantage you can get, I guess that works.
Exactly.
And what a unique design, man. I'm looking at it. It looks like a rocket ship.
It does. It's designed to be like half the weight, use half the power.
Yeah.
It has half the drag, it uses half the tires, and it goes just as fast as the other cars. So it's like a economy of scale thing, and we're trying to be green and
All right, so how big is the engine and how much horsepower are you pushing here?
It's stop! Oh! Told you it was difficult to see, right?
He's going back into it. Hey, never a dull moment here at Caffeine and Octane, right?
So it is a 2-liter Panos in-house built motor,
Okay.
and it pushes upwards. It can do more than 350 horsepower.
Okay, yeah.
But we're regulated by, boost and all kinds of things so that we're comparable with everybody else.
Cool. Well, all right, lady. I appreciate the info on the car.
You're welcome.
What a blast, right?
Yep.
Man, that is awesome. Hey, Eric, how are you, sir?
All right, how you doing
All
there?
right, man. Welcome to Caffeine and Octane with Hot Rod Madness.
Oh, definitely. Nice place to be today.
Ain't it, man? The weather's perfect. We got cloud cover. It ain't burning our heads off today,
No,
man.
definitely not. Definitely
Man,
not.
it ain't too hot to be out on your bike today either, dude.
Mhm.
I'm looking at some really cool bikes here. I hope the camera's doing this some justice because these bikes are outlandish, I'm telling you. Now, I know you can't go to the store and just buy something like this, so
No, you
how long did it take you to build one, man?
I've been working on this bike here for probably about a good 6 months now. It took about 6
6
months to
months?
build it.
That's
yeah.
all?
Yeah.
Wow, I
But-
figured it'd take you longer than that to build that.
No, I built quite a few of them. So this
Okay.
is my own personal one. So I had an idea about what I want to do with it. So it didn't take me quite as long as it have some of the other bikes I
Gotcha.
have.
Eric knows what he's doing when he's building bikes. Look how fat the tire is on this thing, dude. Wow.
It's a custom built 450 wide tire. We custom built that wheel ourselves. You don't get a wheel that wide. So it was a custom built one-off wide tire, 450,
All right.
15 and a half inches wide.
So you know somebody that'll custom build wheels for these things.
Yes, and I definitely do. Actually, my brother does to build another wheel, and I build a swing arm.
I
on it.
knew it. His own brother builds these things. Wow, man, that's awesome. You got the LED lights all over it. It's a beautiful blue. Now, was it that color from factory?
No, it wasn't. It's a candy blue, Oriental candy blue paint job.
Okay.
That's the name.
Wow,
Yep.
it's amazing, man.
It's called a candy. It's called Oriental blue. And like I said, even with the seat and everything comes up on a hydraulic.
Yeah.
All that's electronic. Everything changed on it. Has a purge kit on it. Has a radio on it, TV on it, and a dashboard there.
He's even got a remote in his pocket that he operates the bike with.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty wild, man. It's amazing how far technology's
Oh,
come,
definitely,
so you can do stuff like that.
Yeah, everything is wireless remote control. The lights, everything is wireless on the bike.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Amazing, dude. I'm looking at the frame, going, man, that ain't that. You come up with that on your own design, or is that something you can go get?
No, this is something that you actually can go get. I got a friend in North Carolina that builds. It's called a single size swing arm.
Okay.
It's a 450 single size swing arm that I
Yeah.
have on this bike. So
Yeah, because if you're on this side looking at that thing, man, there's nothing holding the wheel on over
nothing
here.
at all, nothing at all.
Wow.
So everything is held on the other side of the bike over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The back tire looks crazy, man.
Oh man, I really appreciate that. Like I said, it took a little planning.
Yeah.
It took my brother probably about a good 3 months to build that wheel. We planned it, we talked about it, and we just worked on it. So
Okay.
once it finally got built, we just kind of played with all of it, but we finally got everything done on it though.
You almost don't need a kickstand, man. You
We
can
don't.
stand the thing up on its back tire and just hold it.
We almost
That's what it
don't.
looks
Really
like.
Don't. Really don't.
All right, how big's the motor on this one?
This is a 1300. This is a Suzuki 1300 high booster.
Okay.
I originally started off with, I don't know exactly how many horsepower it put out, but
Yeah.
it's a fast one.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
big
pretty
one.
fast,
Oh
isn't it?
yeah, no definitely.
Golly. All right, I gotta ask, how fast you had it up to, man?
I got it about 180.
Yeah,
180 miles.
180.
Yep, 180 mile per hour. That's about as fast as I got it and got scared and came out of it.
Here's a question I got. When you're over 100 mile an hour on it, is it vibrating pretty hard or is it pretty smooth?
No, 100
Yeah?
mile per hour was cruising speed. That's when they really start riding good about
Yeah,
100 mile
okay.
per hour. Because we don't tell the police that. But
No, of
yeah,
course not,
About,
yeah.
about 100 mile per hour when she really start riding good on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
hmm
Wow, that's cool. I don't ride, but if I ever did, yeah, I'd be in trouble. I'd be in trouble, dude.
Definitely. Like I
Oh,
said, we
man.
love them. Like I said, this is my bike. It goes with my size, so
Yeah.
I didn't want a smaller bike. This fits me just right, so I'm real comfortable with it. And like I said, even though it has the horsepower and the speed, I don't use it. So I just try to take my time and just ride, kind of
Okay.
enjoy it, you know.
Man, let's step over here for a second. I want to look at this other bike. There's a lot of colors on this one, dude. That's one of your buddy's bike, right?
One of my buddy bike there. The one that's sitting beside you right there.
Hey, is that your bike?
Yes.
What do you call that, man?
That's the Mortal Kombat
The
bike.
Mortal Kombat bike.
Yes.
Really? Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of colors, a lot of stuff going on this bike now. Ooh, we got the fat tire. We got lots of colors, man. So who makes that one? Is that Suzuki as well?
Yeah, that's a booster too.
Yeah.
And this is the artist right here.
And that's the artist. He does all the air work, the airbrush.
Yes. Mike, get over here so you can answer questions.
Hey, man, get over here and answer some questions, man. You the airbrush artist, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
All
Now,
day.
this ain't no official club. You guys just ride, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Shop name Team Uptown.
Yeah.
Graphics.
Uptown Graphics. Shop. We did all the
Uptown
bikes, so
Graphics.
we all ride together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yes, sir.
Those cool looking bikes, dude.
Thank you, man.
Check this out, man. The color's beautiful on this truck. There's no owner to be found. So I'll give you an overall look at this thing. I'm looking at some gorgeous interior, man. Some low car stuff in here. Bright red interior on this blue. That pops, man. That is awesome. And he's got the blood red wood in the bed as well. And that thing is slammed on the ground. I don't think the bumper's not even a quarter inch off the ground. It's just sitting right on it. Anywho, love those pickup trucks. Hey, Vince, what's happening, bud?
Hey, how
All
are
right.
y'all?
Welcome to Caffeine and Octane. Hot Rod Madness
sir.
style, buddy.
That's it. A lot of great cars today.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
You got a great car here, man.
It's not
Look at
too
this.
bad. Yeah, it's old school. You know, old school rules.
Custom Z. I can't tell what year it is because it's got a lot of body modifications here.
It does. Yes,
So
sir. Yes,
what-
sir.
What year is this?
It is a 72 Datsun 240Z featuring authentic Bob Sharp racing equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, you know, the old Datsuns, they kind of ruled the road racing
Yes,
circuit.
they did.
And this is an example of all the body panels, but built for street.
Wow.
Never raced, only built as a show car by
Okay.
Mr. Warren Powers.
Okay.
And he did a fantastic job on it. Showed it as a World of Wheels show car
All right.
through the 80s. And I saw it at the Georgia Z Club meetings about 10, 11 years back and realized this is a pretty special car. So then I decided to go ahead and do the restoration on it. We're going at Performance in Lawrenceville. We restore classic vintage cars and, of course, service all the latest and greatest.
Wow. Check that out, would you?
It's pretty cool. It's
It is.
74,000 original mile, 72.
How about that? Now I'm looking at the nose on this thing going, is that nose been extended or is that?
That is a G-nose,
Yeah.
which features an IMSA type package on there. That was the racing deal.
Maybe that's
and then
why
they-
it looks longer than
It is, yeah. Before they had computer-aided design, you know, they just went to the clay models and figured
Yeah.
out how to go fast,
Yes,
and this
sir,
is how
they
they did it on the track.
Hey, and it turned out quite well, didn't it?
It's not
Man,
bad. It's not bad.
bad.
There's a lot of wide bodies that don't really fit, but this one
Yeah.
was done very well. And
right.
the Bob Sharp racing team had it together back in the 70s. You know, Paul
Yes, sir.
Newman and Fitzgerald, and
Oh, yeah.
those guys were legendary racers. You know, and this is how they did it. You know, but this gentleman decided to have the racing dream for the street,
Okay.
which is really cool. So I saw that and I was like, you know what, that's got to be unique.
Fantastic, man. I bet it's fun to drive, dude.
It's a rocket. It's
I
a
bet it
rocket.
is.
Yeah, it's at the triple McCooney. Can I show you the engine?
Oh, sure, man. Let's pop the hood on this baby. Let's see what you got.
Oh yeah, she's a rocket.
I bet this thing will run.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
always sported the straight sixes in these things.
They did. This is a
And for a straight six, it was such a powerhouse. And now I'm looking at 3 carburetors on this one.
yeah, that's a Datsun Comp triple McCooney 44s.
Wow.
Yep, it's a IMSA spec 2.5. It's a 40 over L24 original engine,
Okay.
74,000 mile original
yeah.
car.
Oh, yeah.
And of course we did a little bit of mods on it, but it has all the Datsun Comp stuff on it. So it was
Okay.
it was built for racing as a street car,
Yeah, yeah.
which is really cool. And we did a few minor modifications and reworked it on a ground up resto, and turned out pretty good.
Man, that's awesome. I'm glad guys like you grab them up and preserve them like that. That is awesome.
Yeah, for a 72, it's pretty cool,
Oh, yeah.
and they did some amazing interior work, and then the body work. It all kind of came together on this particular car, and it's a one-of-one 240Z
Wow.
featuring Bob Sharp Racing, so it's fairly unique.
Nice, man. And you know the younger generation, they're going to love you for it, of course.
Yeah,
they're
well,
going to be trying to buy this thing. right
those
now.
old school Z's,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they're getting harder to come by, you
Yeah,
know,
they are,
and
yeah.
they're fantastic cars. The cars actually had guts, you know.
Yep.
That's the thing about these Z's, you know, they really were fantastic automobiles, a little ahead of their time in styling, and you know, made it kind of unique. And my dad was always a big Triumph and Z man when we were kids, you know.
Okay.
So kind of growing up with these Z cars, I had a 240Z in high school, you know, and just kept it going, you know.
I never owned one myself, but however, when they came out with that, back when I was a kid, I always loved the body style on them, man.
Yeah, they were pretty hot. And, you know,
Yeah.
the Corvette would outrun you, but you almost outstyled him. So it was one of those balancing acts, and the interior is really cool on it.
Oh, he's got Ricardo stamped right in the seats.
Yeah,
You remember the name Ricardo?
Yeah, well, it's Recaro Racing, and they are the Recaro Spectrums. And these particular seats have been out of production for probably over 30 years.
Yeah.
And
remember that.
Bob Sharp signed my glove box verifying the authenticity, which is like Shelby on a Cobra. And if you drop that visor down, Matsuo-san, the mother of the Z, signed my sun visor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up in New Hampshire when we went to the last Z convention.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty cool, and it's very vintage but modified, and
Yes,
a lot of
sir.
neat features in this car. And
have those graphics been on the car since day
the whole
one?
way,
Yeah.
the whole
Okay.
way.
Wow,
Nothing
nice,
is. Yeah.
man.
I have the build
Sweet.
book. I have the build book on it, and
Yeah.
all the prices and the pictures, and so that's really cool. It's very well documented.
All right,
as
sir.
a World of Wheels show car.
Certified to be, what am I thinking? Certified to be, never mind.
Not many Z's have the
This,
best have the best to show
yeah.
in World of Wheels from
World
back
of
in the
Wheels,
80s.
85.
Just really cool, and what was really
That's
neat
cool.
about it was the kids threw away the trophies, but they kept the build book, which was very
he's got all
very
kinds of stuff
cool.
on there.
So it actually has all the information to Bob Sharp Racing. And back in the day, you buy the gear out of the catalog, and the race cars were on the track. They were just dominating road racing,
Yeah.
It was the Porsches wanted wider tires, but Bob Sharp said once they did that, you couldn't slide a Z, so it was the
Wow.
best thing that ever happened to the Datsuns.
Cool.
And this was Mr. Powers back in the day. I didn't change anything in the book. This is actually his book from back in the day, and he was from Jacksonville, and it was his dream, and I just reworked the whole thing, and
Yeah.
it was really cool. And the trophies are gone, but
Oh, yeah,
the book's
you've been
still
showing
here,
this
and-
thing for a while.
Yep, it's pretty cool, and
Sweet.
that's
That
when they
is
put the
nice.
wide body in, and
Yes, sir.
and and there's the actual board, the Bob Sharp Racing body, so
Yeah.
it's authentic. It's not a replica, which is really cool about this. And
Nice.
even like he was so attentive to detail. I mean, look at some of these prices in here, and bore at 40 over, $45.
Wow.
Really neat. Reconditioned 6 rods, $41. Micro finish the crank, $15.
He's got the details on this thing, man. That's cool.
So I don't think we can even
Yeah.
even get them to pop
All right.
the hood for $15 at a machine shop today. So neat stuff.
Well, we appreciate what you've done with it, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you
That
guys.
is awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for checking it out, and
All right.
enjoy the ride.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the show, man.
We'll do it. Thanks again for
All
coming
right.
out. We'll see you guys.
Okay. Brian Fuller, how are you, sir?
Good to see you.
Okay, man. Welcome to Caffeine and Octane and Hot Rod Madness, buddy.
Can you believe all of these people at 6? I got here like 6:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I bet there were already 2,000 people here.
Man, I understand that filled up real fast because we got here at 7 and it was full.
What kind of like crazy people are these that get out here on a Sunday morning and want to be in a parking lot other than car nuts?
Well, I tell you what, I missed church to come to this event. I do. I am feeling kind of guilty right now.
This isn't church.
Well, I tell you what, man, it takes a real car guy to come out here on early Sunday morning, and look how many there is.
I thought this was church, so I missed something.
Well, that shows you right there, Brian, the industry is not slowing down, man. It's just growing.
Well, luckily this place is not, to me this place really isn't much about industry, and it's really, this is a hobby, you know what I mean? And most of the people that are here are here to, enjoy themselves. Some folks in here obviously have to make a living like myself and feed the kids.
Yeah.
But, most of these guys are just here having a good time and showing off what they've got, and it gives them an excuse to get their car out once a month and take a drive.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's great people here. And one of the things I love is just the diversity here. There's all kinds of people, all kinds of vehicles, motorcycles and cars. There's a boat car over there. And, Caffeine Octane is a space where, and Atlanta is a good town to really celebrate diversity and to be able to see that, all kinds of people are here getting along and with a common interest and a common passion.
Man, I love it myself. I had to come out and see the crowd, the people. We got Lamborghinis riding by us. We got your collection of bikes here I'm looking at. Dude, that bike's just off the chain, man. You come up with that by yourself?
Yeah, that's one of our fuelers.
Yeah.
We did that bike a few years ago, and for a buddy of mine, I actually rode it through town this week And somebody here came up like, man, I saw that thing going through town. Oh my God, it's crazy. I couldn't believe somebody was riding that thing out on the road. And then the one I'm sitting on here, this is our kind of last and latest and last of the Fueler run. So these were kind of based off of a XB Buell platform, one of the Harley sport bike when they made it. And I made a run of 4 of these, or I think it was 5. So this was the last, the 5th of the group and the last one of the run.
Okay.
So kind of cool to, see one of the earlies and the last one.
Oh yeah, very interesting. Now, is the Naked Speed show still running?
No, Naked Speed is done, but we have a new show, the new pilot that's coming out pretty soon called Swap Meet Showdown. That's actually this week. I don't know when this airs, but and then that's on Velocity, and then Caffeine and Octane here where you're at. We're actually doing our own show, and that's going to start in about February 2017, and that'll also be on Velocity. We have 6 episodes, and it basically encompasses, hey, we're here at Caffeine and Octane. We do some in-depth stories. We look around at some stuff here, and should be a really fun show.
Oh man, it's a blast, man. It's more than fun. It's a blast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great show.
You get to hang out with people like Brian Fuller.
And you.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yes, sir.